Hello everybody, welcome back to today's book review video, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize right now. I don't have hard copies of today's books, but I do have images, and I will put links below where you can find these books yourself. And like previous videos, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about their genre and their reasoning. So we're going to go ahead and start off. This book, my first book, it's a good one. I hope y'all can see it. It's called Commotion in the Ocean. And I would classify this book as a children's literature informative text. And I'm going to provide a little summary. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Rumble in the Jungle. I think that's what it's called. But this is basically part 2, a little series of Rumble in the Jungle. And they both are informative texts. They discuss the different elements of the rainforest, and one discuss the different elements of the ocean. And that's what Commotion in the Ocean is about. It kind of explains to students and informs students about the different life and creatures and just the different world that's under our sea. And I classify it as an informative text because of the fact that every message that the book gives off is real. It's factual. He talks about how the anemone are used for fish protection, and that's true. So that's why I classify it as informative, and I classify it as children's literature because Commotion in the Ocean is definitely more picture than words. What I mean by that is there's more of pictures on the page than there are words. So that's why I would classify it as children's and informative. And I just really love this book. I think it's a good book to give to students, especially at the younger levels, because myself was very scared of the ocean because I just didn't know what was in it. Didn't really want to know. But if I was aware, and if I was given something like this, it looks like it's going to be a fun book. It doesn't look like it's going to be full of facts, and it doesn't look like it's going to bore me. It looks like it's going to keep me entertained. So this book's going to keep me entertained but also provide real information. Bam, bam, perfect. That's all I need right there. And so for my second book, it's quite opposite. It's not as happy-go-lucky. I probably want to give this book to the same student I gave that last book to, but this one I classify as adolescent literature, and it's an autobiography. I'm going to tell you why I classified it as adolescence, and I struggled with this classification, but I think it comes down to the theme, the message, and the context behind this book. I'm sorry I don't have a hard copy, guys, but this one is Anne Frank. It's the Diary of the Young Lady. I'm pretty sure, like the Boy in the Striped Pajamas, a lot of North Texas school districts were forced to read this for our summer projects. So that's why I read the book, and I'll tell you why I classify it as not adult, but adolescent. It's just because it covers around the 1942 area during Germany and Nazi and Hitler, and I don't think it's something that a child is going to be able to read and understand the full extent. They can understand okay, it was a war, people died, but I feel like there's a much deeper meaning that should be coming across when you read Anne Frank, and it's something that not without guidance that I don't think a younger level child will be able to understand, but with guidance for sure I think a student will be able to comprehend. But speaking on terms that they could do it by themselves, that's why I would consider this more of adolescent literature, because an adolescent could read this fully through and understand the tragedy that lies behind this novel's words. And a little summary, if y'all don't know about Anne Frank or this book, I think there might be also a movie about this book. I'm not sure though. But Anne Frank was living during the time of the World War One, and she and her family were hiding. So it kind of just goes through her life, her journey of what it was like during that time of being in Germany and having to hide to save your life, to save your culture, to save your family. Like, it's just a very deep story of her hiding with her family through a tragic time. And the reason why it's an autobiography, I'm going to show you another image right here that kind of explains perfectly why it's an autobiography. This is her story. She wrote this. That's her writing right there. I can't tell you what it says, but I could find what it says. Okay, so Anne Frank wrote on October 10th, 1942 Sunday, and this is in German. That's why I can't read that one. It says, "This is a photograph of me. I wish I looked all the time. Then I might still have a chance of getting to Hollywood. But at present, I am afraid. I usually look quite different." And by her use of I, that's how you know it's in first person. That's how you know that Anne Frank wrote this herself. And that's what makes it an autobiography, because it's not someone telling her life. That would be a biography. This is Anne Frank telling you her life, telling you what she went through. She wrote this in her time when she was going through this. If I wrote this book, it would be a biography because it is 2019. I am not in 1942. And so that's why I classified this book as not only as a autobiography, but as adolescent literature. This is another picture that shows her writing. Sorry, I don't know how to work a mouse upside down, guys. Y'all can see I'm struggling. And then there's one more picture. But that's all I have for today, guys. This one's a little bit long. I just wanted to go into a little bit more detail because I find informative and autobiography, biography, all nonfiction genres very important in a classroom and in students' learning, because it will work wonders in their future education. The earlier they are aware of these kinds of texts and these kind of resources. So thank you for listening to me. And again, if y'all have any comments, anything y'all would like me to know, lay them down below. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Bye.